So things have moved on a lot, and I wanted to catch people up with what the club's been doing, but also finish a few videos which I've started. So my intention at the club today is to finish off the video which I'd done about fitting a ball diff, finish a video off about fitting the different knuckles, and also to do a fitting video of the V4. Okay, so currently my car runs the metal Onisiki. Now, I've never really found a problem with the Onisikis. Sometimes I think when you turn in, they tend to not allow you to overtake them. And I find that if I turn the gain down, so I have a lower gain, then it doesn't catch it fast enough for me. So I find I'm in kind of a balance point between having enough gain and having so much gain that that you then can't overtake the gyro when you want to turn in, say, a hairpin or something like that. So I think they're absolutely fantastic little gyros as starter gyros, and I just kind of want to move on to the next level and try something a little bit better. The other thing I've noticed is that when I pick up my car, because of the way I've got the steering set, it locks out at the far end and can't it's stressing the servo out. So essentially by fitting the V4, I'll be able to set the endpoints and turn that back. But I think the first thing I'd like to do is show you how the car drives now, and then you can have a comparison. I can do a little video just talking about how it drives now and then how it drives with the V4, and we'll see the difference hopefully between the two, and hopefully you'll see the gains. So if you didn't know, an Onisiki gyro, they're about 35 quid, and a V4 gyro, they're about 70 quid. I got mine second hand. If you're struggling for cash, check out things like the RC Drift UK Facebook group, and I'm sure you can find yourself some bargains, which is what I did. And hopefully by the end of it, I'll have a better setup car. All right, so this is the Onisiki gyro. Sometimes I find that when I'm on wanting it to step round a corner more, I have to put quite a bit of throttle in to make the steering come back into control. I find that it sort of wants to take over, like I said before, but most of the time I find it perfectly ample. So it holds quite a good line. Sorry, I have to pull on there. I'm going to make mistakes because I'm doing videos. But, you know, pretty smooth. I don't really see huge problems. But everyone tells me that the V4 is a mega gain. So let's see on the video a comparison between the two, and then we'll hopefully see the mega gain. But at the moment, pretty happy. Like I say, sometimes I'd find that I just want to put more steering input than it's allowing me to. And it's kind of trying to hold the line when you're trying to turn in tighter. But at the moment, it's pretty good. So if it isn't broke, do we fix it? Let's see. So the other thing to note is position of the gyro, I guess. My gyro, I've kind of always had it top middle. People say I should have it on the bottom as far back as possible. Who knows? But however, because of the fact I want to do a direct comparison of one between the other, I'm going to leave it in exactly the same place. So the first job to do is take this off and then smack the other one onto the chassis. One thing we're trying to get your car to look as neat as possible. You always have hidden wires everywhere. The other thing I've found is this clear 3M stuff. You can see at the back of my bottom of my gyro there. Is really good because it holds on really well, but when you peel it off, there is no glue. Oh, amazing. So things are left super clean rather than leaving all that fluffy, horrible stuff back at the end. So this Onisiki gyro, which has only been in the car maybe a year, is going to look absolutely brand new. Look, check that out. These boys tucked away and clipped in. All right, so I've had a little play and just messed with the settings a little with regards to getting it normal, reverse and all that sort of stuff, getting it the right way, and hard to soft. So the person who had it before me, because I said it was second hand, but had it right slap bang in the middle of hard and soft. I played with hard, played with soft. And I'm actually really liking it full soft, so let's just have a watch. What you can see is as the car goes round, as you let go, rather than the wheels snapping back to straight, they kind of return more slowly. If you look at the speed of my steering there, as I come off angle, they go back a little bit slower. It's like a gentle return, which actually, when you're driving it, seems to make your you're able to come on off throttle a little bit more in a corner, and it not snap back to straight again. It tends to hold the line a little bit longer, which tends to be smoothing out my driving a little bit. So what I'm going to do now, so far, I think, yeah, there's definitely a difference. I like the endpoint setting, and I like the soft setting. But I think what I need to do now is get some driving on the car, and we'll come back at the end of the evening and do a little sum up of what I think of the difference between the two. Okay, so I've done a little more play. Sorry for the noise of drifting in the background. After a little more play, I've been messing around with it even more. So I've obviously got mine plugged into my controller, and I thought that meant I just had gain control via the controller, but it doesn't. That means I've also got the soft and hard settings via the controller. So although I was turning this little knob here to make it go from soft to hard, it's actually not. So on my controller, I've got gyro mix settings, look, and if I go into there and change that to the green setting, I go green, and red setting, I go red. So what that is whether it's in soft or hard setting or in normal or assist. Now it says in the instructions that the soft setting is for the pros and the normal setting is for the amateurs or people who are getting better. And that's probably me. I seem to like the red setting more than the green. Green setting seems to want to straighten up a bit in the straights for me. Red setting seems to want to hold the line a bit better. Yeah, so I've been drifting with it for a while now. I definitely think the V4 is an improvement. Is it double the price of improvement? I'm not entirely sure. I like the fact you get a load more settings, like your endpoint adjustment. I like the fact of the soft and hard settings, so it progresses as you progress as a driver, so you can mess around with it, and the additional sort of control of your game within that. So far, I think it's definitely a better gyro. It is double the price essentially of the Onisiki. Onisiki is still definitely a great starter gyro, but V4 as you're moving on will definitely help you get more precision and better setup for your drift car. So hopefully that gives you a bit of guidance as whether you should buy a V4 or an Onisiki gyro. Thanks very much for watching.